Hey friends, this is Ian Khan. This is Monday, March the 16th. It's Ian Khan, and I am live streaming right now on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'm just trying to reach out to you with an update. As of today, Monday, this is March the 16th, and believe it or not, time has passed so fast in the last couple of weeks, primarily because of this entire virus situation. The COVID-19 has taken over the world. Every single conversation, discussion, news item is about the virus, and undoubtedly we all are being disrupted because of this. I want to talk to you about a couple of different things. I want to talk to you about COVID, the update from Canada, Toronto. I want to talk to you about what's happening across the world. Maybe some of that information might be might be relevant to you. How companies are coping and what's the challenge that we all are facing as we head towards the end of the quarter, Q1. Companies are still working. We're still at work. We're working from home. We're working from our workplaces. We all are in this train together. Well, here are some developments of today. First of all, I live in Canada. I love giving updates from Canada. And the Canadian update is that Canada has stopped the entry of all foreigners into Canada. So anybody who was a visitor, who's traveling because of of business, their travel has been restricted, and Canada will no longer allow foreigners to enter into Canada without reason, unless it's an emergency service. Citizens of the US and Caribbean are still allowed, but anybody else has been stopped. Canadian citizens have been urged to come back home and come back to Canadian soil because this is the safest place to be. Canadian healthcare is accessible to all of those, but Canada has also stipulated that they should go into a mandatory 2-week quarantine and stay out of the sight and stay away from everybody else until for the next 2 weeks. And that's literally the update from Canada. This is a federal update. This is the central government in Canada doing this. Now, at a federal level, this has been done, but at a provincial level, I live in the province of Ontario. I'm in Toronto, and Toronto falls under the province of Ontario. We have not seen Ontario do something different. We've seen British Columbia do something. They've stopped, they've closed some bars and pubs and public places. The province of Quebec has done that. They've closed down on a few different things and placed restrictions on public gatherings. But the city of Toronto, which falls under Ontario, is yet to see a rule or a law like that. And I really believe it's a mistake. The Canadian government and the Ontario government should have done that right away. They shouldn't have waited, because the name of the game right now is do not wait for the crisis to hit you, and take action right now before the virus expands, before it affects business, before it makes all these devastating things happen. In the UK, the last couple of days have been pretty bad. Their cases have gone up. And the UK's challenge is that they're saying that they want mass immunity, but it's a joke, because there's no such thing as mass immunity. They're ill-prepared. They're unprepared for COVID, and the struggle that they're going through is really worth seeing. It's not nice, and I don't believe the UK is ready at all. We all hope America is ready. I don't believe America is ready at all. So the next 2 weeks will dictate everything that's set to happen in terms of the virus expanding, spreading, and so on. Hopefully, we all will be okay. But the life is far different from hope. Hope is not a strategy. Please do not make hope a strategy, and take action, take concrete action to make sure that you are not in the path of this virus spreading. There's many recoveries as well. People have been recovering, and there's thousands and thousands of recoveries, but we all are globally affected by COVID. I want to ask you, what are you doing about COVID? What is your strategy for success? What is your strategy to keep your family safe, your business safe, your business afloat, and your clients happy? If that is an issue at all, remember, we're all still living in the world that has its economic circles, that is revolving, that's moving, that has moving parts. Logistics have to reach, the supply chains have to reach the stores where people are getting their supplies. Things have to run. And despite the challenges of this virus, please remember that the show must go on. We must continue to push where we can, because we're still standing and we haven't given up. This is not a crisis that's going to get us down. This is not a crisis that will put humanity down. We are going to break through it, and I'm telling you, we'll soon break through this crisis, and we all will come out successful. Let's fight the fight with COVID, with a catastrophe like this pandemic, and learn a lesson from it, that we all can work together, we all should work together, and that we all deserve to work together and make the world a better place. I also wanted to talk to you about your goals and your challenges. This is end of Q1. We are almost at the end of March. So January, February, and March. You've had 3 months into this year, the end of quarter 1, the end of Q1. I want to ask you, how have you done with your goals so far? How have you done with your challenges and your aspirations and your dreams for the year, whether it was making more money, adding more value, learning a new language, learning new skills, adding more to your bucket, your basket. What have you done until now, and how have you succeeded? And if you haven't, then what has your biggest challenge has been? Share your story in my under my post, under my video, and I will come back to you with some answers, with some strategies that can help you. One of the things that is super important, and something that really works when it's about succeeding and creating goals, is that you need to separate your goals into a few different things. You have dreams, your big aspirations that you want to make X amount of money this year. You want to lose X amount of weight this year. You want to travel to so many countries this year. Those are big goals, maybe a 5-year goal, maybe a 2-year goal, maybe a 10-year goal. But you've got to break down your goals into smaller steps, into smaller tasks that you can do. Maybe every quarter you've got to have a strategy that you change, that you adapt to based on what you're doing, and then breaking those tasks down into smaller steps. How are you executing on that every single day? What are you doing on an everyday basis that's taking you to your big goal? A majority of failure comes to us and happens to us because we always focus on that big goal. We're always focused on that large goal, that I want to make this $1 million or $10 million. I want to lose 50 pounds of weight, and I'm not doing there. And we constantly focus on that big goal that does not happen on an everyday basis. And experts say that the best strategy to utilize in order to succeed at your goals is to break it down into smaller tangible steps that you can execute every single day, and you can have a track of every single day and every single week. For example, if you want to translate that goal of losing 20 pounds, then the best way to look at it is, how many steps are you taking every single day? How much exercise are you doing every single day? How much are you walking outside every single day, rather than looking at the weighing machine and saying, I'm not losing weight? You've got to add action behind that dream, behind that goal, and break it down. Are you doing that right now? Have you been doing that right now? And if you haven't, then let's start doing that. Let's start building the mentality of taking the smallest step to create a big reaction in our lives. It's the principle of taking small steps and dreaming big. It's the lever, the principle that you can dislodge a big stone with a small step. And that's the strategy to win. We still have a few more days to go for March. Forget the virus, forget all of those things. Let's focus on what we can do best. Do not sit at home and think about the news and think too much about what's going on. Let's focus on our priorities and our goals, and start focusing on the skills we can add to ourselves. If you're working from home or you're working at work, let's focus on all of those things. I think Q1 can end really well for us if we strategize together, if we build our strengths together, and hopefully everything's going to bounce back in maybe in a month or so. I know times are stressful, but the one thing you can do is get focused in this time of stress. And I can tell you from personal experience of going through a lot in my life and living through turbulent times, and going through armed conflict and surviving and surpassing all of those challenges and living life and crushing it. So I can guarantee that you will be able to come out of it. Check my TEDx talk from back in the days a few years ago, and it's all about change and resilience and how you can come out of chaos and create a life of purpose. That's all for now, folks. Let's put your comments down under my video. Tell me how you're doing with your goals. We still have a couple of weeks. Maybe we can look at a strategy. I am going to give you my comments, my suggestions as to how to tackle these big challenges that you have and you have not been able to attack them or crush them because of so many reasons. I'd love to help you, and it's my advice to you. It's my free advice to you. It's my pleasure to be of service and to maybe change something in your life that can help you move forward, help you grow, and help you do better things in 2020. 2020 can be the greatest year of our lives. We can make it work. We can make the struggle worth it, and we can get to our goals and our dreams and ambitions. But we have to work through it and work through challenging times, work through times that are testing us. They're testing our ability to question, to work, to dream, and we all have to move together to do that. So focus on yourself. This is the task for the week. Focus on yourself, focus on your strengths, focus on what you need to change. Go back to the drawing board and see all the goals that you had created for Q1 and why they haven't been met. Make 2 columns. Why did you not achieve those goals, and what was the biggest reason? I am sure it's not coronavirus that has led to your goals not being completed. Tell me the reason why you haven't completed your goals, and I will help you achieve them. My name is Ian Khan. Check me out on iankhan.com. Follow my blog, my posts, like them, subscribe to my channels, and I will see you here tomorrow. I do a live transmission every single day, and I share some insights and thoughts with you. I hope I'm able to help you achieve something. Please join me, and let's do this together. You take care. This is Ian from Toronto. See you soon.